for Chicago the last couple of days. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. To Montgomery to begin the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On the ball.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An injury cost Montgomery 4 games early in the year, which kept him from repeating his 1,000-yard season from the previous one. He still reached over 800 yards and caught another 42 passes and is firmly entrenched as the Bears' top backfield option for his 4th season.
Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it. 40.
On the double. You're out. Go to right.
Fields going to keep it once more. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Chicago. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there, and you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 38. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Here we go. Second.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So he needed a little assist from his friend the right upright, but 3 points all the same.
Yeah, he's a right-footed kicker. Normally, you don't mess with the right upright as a right-footed kicker, right? You're trying to bring it back right to left. But in this case, he got the assist. Right was right as that ball got away from him. And he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, off. Orbit.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. From 13 yards out. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here we go. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, 21. The defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
65.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the 1st quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Ready.
Jones now in motion left. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Yo, yo. Go, go. Now.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
Delta, Delta. Echo, echo.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short. 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And this will be taken at the 13. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, here we go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Down.
And they'll go for it. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave it. If they continue...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. From midfield, here's Lance. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
31 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here we go on fourth down. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he is going to have the Bears first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 there on 4th and inches. Now it's Fields. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Go! Shot!
To throw again on second down. Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Back to throw. Fields steps away to his left. And this one too low.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 52 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
11, 11, 11, 11. 10.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
Here we go, here we go,
After
here we
the
go.
incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
11, 11. 10.
Now Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Pettis on the return. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it, and in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
From the 25 on second down, Fields. Man open, here is Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the option, here's Montgomery. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Chicago! David Montgomery, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. The bottom line is,
that's into a crowd and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Same on. 66, bullet, high, you're out.
Read option, here's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks. He's at the 50. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Here we go. One, Omaha. White.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On now, the Bears' all-time leading scorer, Robbie Gould, kicking against his former team. Oh, Gould missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, off the mark, and they will remain well behind.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Weekend.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Niners are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
11. I got you. Twenty-one. 6. Black. 21. Here we go. 21. Set up.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though. So.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides of that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Santos with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
12. Set high.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Here's Fields. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we
Hey,
stand
come on,
right
come
now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
Here we go.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 162 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.